Gayle Guyardo. Welcome to Bloom, presented by Lifeguard Imaging, a full hour dedicated to your health and wellness. Get ready to bloom. Today we're talking about ways to pivot and turn your life around, and we begin with relationships. And since almost 50% of all marriages in the United States in divorce or separation, many people find themselves devastated and stuck when a breakup happens. Joining us now is the best-selling author of Uncoupling, How to Survive and Thrive After Breakup and Divorce, the divorce coach, Sara Davison. Sara, it's great to see you.
Oh, thanks for having me back, Gayle.
So, Sara, you actually had your own pivot and transformation in life after your divorce.
Yeah, absolutely. I hit rock bottom. I didn't know my divorce was coming. And then when I found out my husband no longer wanted to be married to me, it hit me like a freight train. So I definitely did a lot of that ugly crying on the bathroom floor and a lot of pain. But I decided that I had a choice. I was either going to carry on like that and let it be a shadow and a grey cloud over the rest of my life, or I could step up, learn some lessons, which were tough at times, but then, you know, create a new future for myself, which is what I've done.
And you created a new future for yourself, and then you went into the business of helping others create a brighter future for themselves. So how do you coach women, and I'm sure you've coached men along the way too, but it's so easy to get paralyzed after you've been hit. I mean, some people, yes, you know, it's a long journey that leads to a divorce. They kind of know that the marriage is ending. You found out like a light switch, which was devastating, but either way, it can leave people just hollow and broken.
Absolutely. And the key here is not knowing what the future looks like. And that keeps you stuck. If you think about it, we'd never leave our house without knowing where we were going, would we? Because we'd never get there, or even if we did, we wouldn't know. So again, about the future, it's looking at that blank canvas, and my job is to throw as much colour on there as possible, or to shine a light into the black hole. And that's what I share with people all around the world.
But when people are dealing with a divorce, you know, they get so scared to move on. Like, you know, I was just chatting with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and she's on one of the dating apps, and just starting conversations or knowing how to get those conversations going and how to make that connection actually happen is very scary. So guess what? It's not happening. Like, you tend to stay paralyzed.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I've created so many different ways to help people and support them through this process. Again, it is scary, it can be daunting, but it's all about taking your power back and making some key decisions and learning what you want, not just what you need. And again, on dating apps, that's super, super important. So whether people are on my support groups online or whether they're learning to be a coach with me, these are the tools that we teach, because you don't want to end up dating the same person you just got divorced from. So what we want to do is learn the lessons so that you don't keep attracting the same people that isn't going to work for you.
So how do you help people change their mindset?
So it's going on a voyage, really, a journey of self-discovery. So it's really looking at, what do you want now? What do you want to stop doing? What do you want to do, like a detox? Detoxing your life is a great thing to do after a detox. So that can be people, that can be things, that can be walking around your house and looking at the things that trigger you and make you sad. But then it's also focusing on the future and moving towards something that you're excited about, so you get your sparkle back.
That's getting the sparkle back, and that seems so hard, especially for women, you know, and maybe I'm just saying this in my head, but that a man could move right on. But, you know, for women, they feel like they've lost their sparkle, and when you lose your sparkle, you've also lost your self-confidence.
Absolutely, and that's really normal, and that's what I see a lot of. Self-esteem, self-confidence, really destroyed after a breakup, especially if your partner's cheated on you. So again, it is going to be that step by step to try and rebuild, but knowing that you can get through it, and you can. It's about choosing to redesign your life just the way you want it. So you can turn that pain into your greatest power, and you can go on and be happier and much more confident than you've ever been. And they're the tools that I share in my books and on my podcast too.
And you also, like you mentioned, you have support groups, and during the holidays, it's going to be very difficult for a lot of people that have gone through a divorce, because you're used to your family, you're used to your unit, you're used to everything you knew and those traditions, and now they're gone.
Yes, and that's the thing. It is traditionally a family time. So if you're single and freshly single, so maybe heartbroken about it, it can be extremely painful. So again, planning in advance, planning to do things differently. You can still have a fun day on Christmas Day, but do things differently. Do things that you want to do. Maybe see people you wouldn't have seen before. Or maybe you just want to chill out and watch movies back to back without having to do the big meal. Whatever it is for you, that you can turn it into something positive. Maybe charity work or helping others can really help to shift your focus.
What are some of the practical takeaways from your book that I know is hugely popular? But what do you think that it is? What do you try to put within those pages that you hope will be the takeaway?
I think it's really to give people hope and faith to keep them going and keep that momentum. And it's simple, small tips. So, for example, on Christmas Day this year, we actually have a support group where people can come on and meet other people going through similar things, and they can then connect and see they're not alone. And my coaches who run those, the coaches that I've trained who run those sessions, will be giving empowering tips as well. So you're never alone. There's always help now, because that's what we've created to support people.
That's great. And so some of the steps that people can start taking right now in the here and now?
Yeah. So again, make a plan. Don't go into the festive season without a plan of things that you can do to take your power back. So making sure you get your sparkle back, spending time with people that care about you, making sure you've got a good breakup support team around you. So any of those questions that are worrying you or causing you anxiety, you can dial that down by having people that can give you that legal advice maybe, or the financial support. So again, building a team to help you cope better is obviously going to be important, as well as looking after you. Self-care is never selfish. I know a lot of people think that, but it's about looking after you. So take some time. Take some time out to maybe get your nails painted pink, or to have a long bath, or to go outside in nature, and just moving your body will actually help you to feel better as well.
Yeah.
So it's small things that stack up to actually help you move forward and feel really good in the future.
Yeah, that's good, because like you say, we have about a minute left. You know, when you get stagnant, you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the next. Even if it's the small little changes, they can make a big difference in the long run.
Absolutely. Not telling your story over and over again will also really help. I think especially us women, we like to say what's been going on and update all our friends. Maybe swap that for what you're going to do in the new year that's going to help you to move forward. Maybe a new hobby, or a new piece of charity work you're doing. Whatever that is, tell people and share on the upbeat things rather than the sad story, because that can keep you stuck too.
Sara, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to see you. Yes. And you can find out more information on Sara at our website.